In this last part, I want to create the door for this shampoo bottle, and it's going to be an easy job here. So let's first hide this. I want to go and select the hide show and this translate. And let's create the boundary around this. So this is going to be one of the profiles by going to insert menu, operations, and selecting the boundary. And by selecting this edge and making sure that tangent continuity is selected so that I do not have to specify the limits, I click on OK. The other sketch is going to be a simple circle, and it's going to be about this area. So I need a plane. I go and select the plane tool, make sure that offset from plane is selected, and the plane that I need to select is the X plane, that is the floor plane for my shape. And I want to make sure that this is about 140 or 150 millimeter away from this. Okay, select this, go to sketch environment, and draw a simple circle like this. Make sure that this is centered. And it is going to be 10 millimeter in radius, so that's it, 10 millimeter in radius. Okay. Exit my workbench. Now I can go and select the multi-section surface here. I go to insert, go to operation, go to surfaces, and select the multi-section surface from here. Make sure that you are clicking on the right point. So I select this circle here, and select this boundary here, and click on preview. You can see that it is working just fine, but it is not what I want. I want to have some curve around this shape. So I cancel this. I don't want to have this like this. Let's go to one of these planes and create two curves for my shape. I go to YZ plane, select the sketch environment, and now I need to draw some shape like an arc. Arc is a good shape here, and that arc is going to be like this. This ends and this end. I have two ends. First of all, I need to make sure that this is touching the circle, and for this I select this endpoint, select this horizontal axis, and release the control button, and make sure that this is about 10 millimeter away from that. And I click on OK. Now the next thing is again to select this endpoint, select the circle, and make sure that these two are coincident. So I go to constraint, define dialog box, and select coincident. Now you can see that this is touching the circle. Now you cannot have tangency with circle, you can actually touch the circle, and that's what I want to have. So I click on OK. The next thing is here, I want to select this endpoint of my arc, and select the boundary from here, and make sure that these two are in coincidence with each other. So again, I go and select the coincidence from constraint define. Now, by rotating the shape, you can see that it is not actually touching this. So I need to have some kind of distance constraint to make sure that these two are touching. But for this, I need to open the part body and see how far is the lowest part of this arc from the horizontal vector. So I exit my workbench first. When I exit my workbench, I go to sketch that I used to create this boundary for that. Sketch 7 is that. So I right click on this and make this visible. You can see that this is the exact sketch that I used. I double click on a sketch, and now you can see that this arc circle, this arc center is here. Let's select the constraint tool and click on the arc circle, center, excuse me. Clicking on the center of this arc and click on this horizontal axis and make sure that this is about 120 millimeter away from each other. Now I know that because it has 30 millimeter of radius, the lowest part of the arc is going to be 90 millimeter away from the horizontal line. So I exit my workbench. It takes a little while to compute the shape again. I double click on this sketch, and now that I'm here, I rotate a little bit and zoom in a little bit. select this endpoint, press Ctrl button, select the horizontal line, and click on constraint and make sure that these two are 90 millimeter from each other, away from each other. Now these two are touching. So I exit my workbench. Now I can use this curve, but I actually need another copy of this in the other side. So for this, I can go, let's hide this sketch again. First, I hide this. I don't want to see it. I select this YZ plane again. Go to sketch environment by selecting the YZ plane. Now I'm sure that I can have a symmetry of this in the other side, or I can draw the same shape in the other side. Okay, I need to create a symmetry. So first of all, I click on this sketch and project one of the, a 3D project this into this environment. Now by projecting this, I can make it go to the other side by using the symmetry tool. In the operation, I select the symmetry and select this horizontal axis. Now I can see that the actual arc is created in the other side, and they are exactly the same. They are touching the circle and the boundary in the two ends. So I exit my workbench. Now I have these two. I go to insert menu, go to surfaces and select the multi-section surface here. Now I need to click on this profile and click on the other profile. Now you can see that these two are selected. Go and activate the second pane, that is the guides pane. Select this guide and this guide. Now I have two guides. Click on preview. You can see that there is an error, and I can correct this error by clicking on OK and checking the cusp. You can see that the two endpoints are not working just fine. So I go and select this closing point, right click on that and click on replace. And now I can go and click on this. I can see that the closing point is moved to this place. I just selected the two red points. I didn't select the blue points. Okay. Again, I click on preview. Now you can see that the preview is working just fine, but it has a little, sharp curvature here. So I can see this warning. If you want to have an open curvature, you can select the sketches and correct it. I just click on close and click on OK. I guess this is okay for me. So let's go and hide the sketches again by clicking on hide and go to sketch 9 and again hide in this. And I need to hide the boundary as well. So I hide this. Now I have another sketch. I need to hide this as well. So a lot of sketches are used for this shape. And now I have this. I can go to select this edge. And now by selecting this edge, I can create a boundary here. And of course, I can select the sketch. I already have a circle. So I go and select this sketch and show this. This is the actual circle that I have created previously. I want to use this as my extrude. So I select insert, go to surfaces and select extrude. And I want to make sure that this profile, that is a circle, is selected. And it is going to be about 5 millimeter. And I don't want the other dimension. So I make it 0. Click on preview. That's okay. So I click on OK. Now my shampoo bottle is created like this. Okay. So I can go and hide this sketch again. Now I have these two again. I need to join these two, and of course I need to join this multi-section surface with the split. So I go to insert menu, go to operations, and select join from here. And for this I need to select this extrude first, this multi-section surface second, and this split third. Click on OK. Now I have one object here. And the last thing I want to create, I want to have is to show the translate. This is the translate. And now I have this. Again, I double click on translate and make sure that this is about 50 millimeter away from the other part. So I click on OK. Now you can see that my shape is created like this. I have a shampoo bottle. I have a door for that, and that's somehow perfect. So you saw different tools to create surfaces. You can actually go and add some text surfaces to this shape, but now I'm not going to do that.